I'm speaking in support of items 5 and 27 because we need to expand black voices. The voices of our African American brothers and sisters needs to be heard, especially after America chose to elect a white supremacist and educated rapist over the first African American female in United States history. And that's why it's so important, now more than ever, to be an ally to the black community. I am in a non-traditional relationship, and the lover that my wife took is an African American with Puerto Rican ancestry. And I see firsthand the struggle that people of color go through on a daily basis thanks to my wife's boyfriend, Armando. Our country was built on a legacy of white supremacy, and we need to foster a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion here in Austin, especially since we elected a literal Nazi to be president! And my wife, she's put me on a sex strike because she is no longer able to seek reproductive health care. And before the election, I had my very own chair right by the bedroom. And now I have to watch my wife and Armando make love from the closet. And it's so lonely in there. So please, 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 for the love of science, for the love of healthcare, pass item 27 because abortion is healthcare, and I am an ally to women.
You're really going to clap at that?
I thought that what I said was inspiring and touching, and I want to save democracy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm speaking in regards to item 27 because we need to fight disinformation, and we need to do it now, all right? Look, Steve, I am scared, okay? Ever since that right-wing fascist Elon Musk bought Twitter, our democracy has been literally hanging on by a thread. You know, Twitter used to be a safe space for marginalized community, and now it's become a haven for MAGA terrorists. Just look who they're letting back onto Twitter, okay? Andrew Tate, Kanye West, and that Nazi journalist Savannah Hernandez. Just look at them. They are the physical embodiment of white supremacy. And Donald Trump, he doesn't even need to tweet because his presence is literal genocide. And that's why we need to cancel Twitter, because a free and open internet is textbook white supremacy. It's worse than the Holocaust. It's even worse than January 6th. My favorite website has become a cesspool for conspiracy theories. Just look at the way these MAGA QAnons talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. His friends want you to wear a mask and get vaccinated. Well, yeah, because Jeffrey Epstein's friends, they believe in science. And when they make light of his suicide, you're making light of mental illness because he did kill himself because he is a minor attracted person, and minor attracted persons are members of the LGBTQ.
Let's go ahead. Thank you very much.
In 2015, Bernie Sanders woke me up. My openly gay 6-year-old transgender nephew wanted something different than most kids for his birthday. He wanted the COVID-19 vaccine for the greater good of humanity. Because unlike the racist Republicans, he wanted to protect our democracy and take on his social responsibility to do his part for the greater good. He is now gone from this world. He recently had a heart attack. But the doctors say they don't know what caused it, but I know what caused it. It was a stress from the Donald Trump supporters and the science deniers. Racist, bigot, homophobe! You might recognize this man as one of the most evil men, if not the most evil man in history, is what you call him. But I have somebody who is much worse. His name is Donald J. Trump. Now let me tell you why Donald Trump is worse than Adolf Hitler. Number one, Donald Trump hurts my feelings and Hitler does not. Number two, Hitler at least put people in quarantine camps and made them wear masks, while Donald Trump continues to spew out Russian disinformation. Third, Hitler had the decency and kindness to kill himself. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is still alive. At least Hitler had the decency to leave us alone. Trump, on the other hand, refuses to kill himself and makes him significantly worse. Now we're in war with Ukraine and Russia. If we had a nuclear war, it would be worth it if it could just save one life. What? Imagine living in a world where people weren't selfish science denying, racist, transphobic, xenophobic, misogynistic bigots, where people actually supported democracy and took on their social responsibility. The only way to fight for our democracy is to get vaccinated while supporting Ukraine in the fight. And that is your social responsibility. Everybody! One of the people I look up to, who I've begun to love, is Klaus Schwab. And he said by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. And I stand with him because I am not selfish! And those who stand against it are selfish! My closing statement, my only regret is that I didn't stop Breonna Taylor's killers. I still remember like it was yesterday. I was shopping at Target in the Pride section looking for a shirt for my 6-year-old openly gay transgender nephew after I got off work at Starbucks where I'm a barista. But at least I know that I was helping the LGBTQ community while Breonna Taylor was killed. Every night I lay on my pillow and I pray that Dr. Fauci will make a vaccine for white supremacy. I hate myself!
Thank you. That's your time. Appreciate it. Well,
I'm going to take a knee for George Floyd.
yeah, could you do that over there so we can get the next person?
With the new abortion legislation brought forth by the Texas Supreme Court allowing the heartbeat bill and limiting abortions to 6 weeks is incredibly unconstitutional. Bill Gates' father, William Gates Sr., would be so disappointed in his son for letting this bill pass, considering Gates' family involvement in starting Planned Parenthood with Margaret Sanger. Currently, I'm in a situation where I have 3 different birthing people pregnant at the same time, and I would like for all of them to have abortions, but unfortunately with this new heartbeat bill, we're unable to get the usual abortions that we often get. I don't like to use any contraception whatsoever because it hinders my performance, so that's why I depend on abortions as a 100% effective form of birth control. But now that the state is making it almost impossible for birthing people to even get an abortion, I'm going to be forced to change my entire lifestyle. Roe versus Wade made it very clear that abortions are completely legal, and I wish Dallas would take a page out of New York's rule book and approve late-term abortion up to 6 hours after birth, because this would solve a lot of problems for expected parents that don't want to have the financial obligation of raising a child that they didn't plan for with money that they don't have. And although I'm perfectly capable of financially supporting a young child, and I know that I would get crazy amount of likes and comments on my TikTok and Instagram accounts from all the cool baby photos, and I could post them in Armani and Gucci baby gear, and it's very easy for me to find birthing people that want me to leave my seed inside them, but unfortunately I don't have the time or the ability to change my vacations to Cabo San Lucas in Jamaica because those are non-refundable flights. And I travel to many other international destinations on a regular basis because my social media influence on Instagram is similar to that of Dan Bilzerian or Chrissy Teigen's. But sadly, with multiple children, this could hinder my ability to travel, and I know this may sound a little selfish. But my doctor and psychiatrist both prescribed me an eat, pray, love lifestyle ever since my first ex-wife and her new fiancé died in a fire at our old lake house that she received in the divorce settlement. My two transgender children from the divorced Decca and Alex, who are both on puberty blockers, were just surrendered to Child Protective Services until I can get my drunk driving problem behind me. Because I recently got a DWI outside of the Olive Garden on Technology Boulevard after the all-you-can-eat pasta promotion they have. But regardless of all the Pinot Grigio and Fettuccine Alfredo, I sit here in front of the mayor and city council begging that you use some of the budgetary funds to hire attorneys and file a lawsuit against Governor Abbott, just like you're suing for the mask mandate laws that are currently in place by the governor. Please do something to reverse this unjust, unconstitutional abortion ban so that I can go back to raw dogging birthing people that I meet outside of Arby's and drug rehabilitation centers. And if you're watching this online and you want to smoke Swisher Sweets later and chill with me, hit my Instagram, Primetime Stein, all one word, and my Twitter, Alex999. My picture is Greta Thunberg wearing a mask and my bio says, free the nipple. Thank you, Mayor Johnson. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you.